You little beauty, Lizzie. Come on, you next, Lizzie. Come on. Come on. Oh. Get a move on, Lizzie.
Come on, get that leg out.
Oh.
Come on. Come on.
She's faking.
No, she isn't. What do we do?
I'll leave her. What do you want to do? You want to take her back? Sure, we'll get a bloody taxi, take her back, make sure she's nice and safe, then break out all over again. God, you're as dumb as you look, Doreen.
Oh, we just can't leave her here.
Oh, no. All right, come on.
Lizzie.
Come on.
You. Come over here, Stinko.
What are you doing out there?
Trying to get in. What do you think? Oh, come on. I've got to see the doctor. What are you trying to do? Kill me or something?
I think she'll be all right.
Doc will look after her.
Thanks, Frankie.
Do you think I'd leave her? What do you take me for?
Don't know. Anyway, guess what?
What?
We did it. We're out.
Free as the bloody birds, love.
Come on, girls, move it along now. Move it along.
Have a look at the screws, will you? They'd like to line us up against a wall.
Will you shut up in front and get into your cells? Your own cells, you understand?
Old Vinegar Tits is really mad.
I heard that. The next one to speak goes to solitary. And that includes you two.
You had no reason to do that, Miss Bennett.
We'll see about that, Mum.
We're going to get our dinner or not?
You should have thought of that before.
Is this going to stop anyone's parole?
You knew about this escape, didn't you, Mason?
Escape? Not me. Still don't know what's going on.
Oh, and I thought you'd got smart.
Oh.
You just take it easy. Once we've got them all in their cells, we'll do a head count.
I know.
Well, we've got to find out exactly who's missing. Looks like Doyle and Anderson for sure.
Weren't they with you?
Yes, there was a brawl in the rec room and I...
Spontaneous, of course. Like the fire in the shower block and the food fight in the kitchens. Well, one way or another, these bitches had every officer in the place tied up.
Just calm down.
Look, if two morons like that pair can get out of here, we might as well give up.
You ladies gonna lock us away or not? You don't want us wandering off, do you?
You ran this place.
She's going to burst a blood vessel.
You want to watch your mouth, Marilyn?
Why, I love stirring that Vinegar Tits up. I guess they must have got away. Bee's not great.
Oh, bloody fantastic. Can you imagine how far they're going to get? And don't change the subject. I'm warning you, be polite. Otherwise, you're going to end up here a lot longer.
Well, you're always making smart cracks to the screws.
Yeah, well, I haven't got anything to lose, have I?
Why are they getting so upset? They still get paid at the end of the week.
But that's not the point. One of us escapes and they look bloody stupid. So don't upset them, especially Vera.
Do you think she'd try and stop my release?
How should I know?
Well, she owes me.
Nothing. Ah, I'll catch up with them in a few days.
You think?
I hope so. I can just see Doreen's chances with that fat cow, Frankie. And Lizzie. She'll be lucky if she lives to the end of the road with that heart of hers.
Well, I always thought that Frankie was sort of fond of Doreen.
Oh, yeah. Like a snake's fond of a chicken.
Pass it on. Lizzie's back.
There you are, you see? Dead or alive, I wonder.
Thank you, sister. Have we got some more of that?
Yes, Doctor.
Well, that should help a bit, Lizzie. Now, I suppose you're expecting some sympathy.
I wouldn't go astray. What happened to your bedside manner?
Apart from trying to kill yourself, you tricked me this morning, resting in the garden.
Wasn't difficult to lead you up the garden path, if you know what I mean. Oh, you're a good lad. And your heart's in the right place. Oh, I wish mine was. It feels as though it's come adrift.
Well, what do you expect if you go climbing fences?
You do your job and I'll do mine. Like in the war. I was watching this film on telly the other week. All these pommies in a prison camp, all arguing about how they were trying to escape. Said it was their duty. Led the screws a merry day.
Dizzy, that was different.
Dr. Miller, I have some questions for your patient, if that's all right.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
Well, Lizzie, you didn't get very far.
I got out. If it hadn't been for my heart,
Quite.
I'd have been...
I take it Frankie Doyle is the brains behind the enterprise.
We was all in it together.
Well, in that case, you can tell me the whole story. To begin with, where are they now?
Dunno. Could be anywhere.
I am not in the mood for games. There must have been some talk of a destination, some hiding place.
What if there was?
You will tell me where Anderson and Doyle are heading.
Mm-hmm.
Were they to be met? Some outside accomplice?
I'm not saying.
I cannot understand this loyalty to two women who left you to die.
They did not. They brought me right back here to the gates.
They what?
You heard.
Mrs. Davidson.
Yeah, tell her I'm not to get excited, Doc. Tell her I got a bad heart.
I think all you're going to get out of her tonight is name, rank, and serial number.
I am not in the mood for your humor, Doctor.
I got him on the hop, Doc.
Quit the clowning, Doreen. Try to behave like somebody normal.
I've never been on the run before.
Well, you are now.
Oh, you're hurting me.
Keep moving. Stupid Maud, what do you think you're doing?
She might have recognised us.
She wouldn't know it's from Adam. But you're behaving like some mad thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, you tell me what to do and I'll do it.
Too right, you bloody will. You get us shopped and I'll have your guts for garters, Doreen. And get this through your thick head. I'm never going back there. Never.
Keeping your heart at it, are they?
I've just been treating two women with rather severe burns.
Oh, there's a lot of careless types around here.
There was a fire in the shower block. You wouldn't know anything about that, I suppose?
When was this?
No, I thought not.
Not a bad effort, though. Frankie makes up her mind in the morning, and now she's God knows where.
You don't know.
I told Mrs. Davidson. Look, you know Frankie. She's a desperate woman. She has to be. Making up her mind on the spur of the moment when something upsets her. Nowhere to go, always on the run. Can't say I fancy it myself. Even if my old heart hadn't played up, I think I'd have still come back.
I'm afraid you've lost me. You realise, apart from anything else, you've completely ruined your chances of parole.
That's a relief. Well, where could I go? Look what happened to Mum. No one wants to know. I got a brother stashed away somewhere, but we kind of lost touch.
So you were just fooling around this afternoon?
Yeah. Well, you get kind of bored in here. The old ticker's not too good, is it, Doc?
Well, if you're careful.
Oh, you can tell me. I know I'm living on borrowed time. But if I've got to go, I want to go where my friends are, and they're all here in the clink.
Do you like to get some sleep now?
Well, if Lizzie's back, that leaves only Doyle and Anderson missing.
That's a wonder. Things are so slack around here, half of them could have walked out.
But they didn't.
Only because they haven't got the brains or the nerve. From now on, security's got to be doubled as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it's not up to you, is it, Miss Bennett? Just because 2 of the girls escaped is no reason for you to overreact.
I'm not overreacting, but I can just imagine what the papers will say about this.
Thank you for reminding me. No member of staff will make any unauthorized statements to the press. Understand?
The women are wondering if they're still going to get their evening meal.
Oh,
I see
come
no
on.
reason why not. But they will return to their cells directly after dinner. Lights out will be at 2100. Come in. Well,
Liz has been talking to me. She claims that Frankie and Doreen had no particular plan of action. I gather, although she may be lying, that they have no destination and no one meeting them. They're on their own.
she's probably telling the truth. Although it would be better if someone were helping them. At least it would give us something to go on. Dr. Miller, did Lizzie give any hint as to why they decided to escape?
Lizzie claims to have been bored.
Well, there's very little any of us can do this evening. I suggest that... Governor's office. A reporter? Yes, very well. Put him on. That'll be all. Yes. Speaking. 2 prisoners, yes. 1 returned of her own free will. That's right. Our security measures are not the point. We are not running a zoo, sir. Frida Joan Doyle and Doreen Anderson. The police have full descriptions.
This still isn't too good.
No, but she woke up a while ago and said she'd like some egg custard.
The old witch. You keep an eye on her. If you need me during the night, you know where to find me.
Yes, Doctor. And the custard?
Well, if you can get some without too much trouble.
Right. How is she?
She'll be all right, I think. Gave her more of a scare than anything. Look at her. You wouldn't think she'd killed anyone, would you?
Yes. Now, don't let her fool you. She's a sly old devil, one of the worst in the place.
Yeah, I suppose so. I'm just not case-hardened yet.
What do you mean?
Nothing, just an apology for being naive, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Oh, it's been a long day. I should have been home ages ago.
Well, could I give you a lift, perhaps?
Would you?
Yes, of course, no trouble.
Thanks. Marty's been sitting there for hours. I think Vera's a very lonely sort of a person. She had this rather nasty detective hanging around for a while, but he seems to have shied off. Marty! I'm home! Marty. Oh, really, Greg, the way he just announces it. Mum, not home tonight, staying with friends, love Marty. Oh, what's the use?
It'll be all right, won't he?
Oh, I suppose so. Tonight I thought we could have a talk. I had dinner prepared and...
It is late. Maybe he got sick of waiting.
Oh, yes, it's late. It's always late. There's always something. I hardly ever see him anymore.
You need a holiday, Meg.
Oh, I know. I need a new job or a new personality or something.
Look, you said you got a meal prepared. Would you mind if I invited myself to stay? I could go and get a bottle of wine.
Why, of course, yes. Please do.
You do need that holiday, you know.
Well, I can hardly see any of us getting any leave at the moment, not with those 2 still out on the run. Well, go and get the wine and I'll put the casserole on.
Not over there. Too many people. Oh, I can smell somebody's dinner. Oh, it's steak and chips.
Okay, you win. Got any money?
No? No? Well, you didn't say. How much you got? Not a bloody cracker. Oh, no.
Go through your pockets.
Oh. Haven't even got the tram fare back to the pokey. They're on to us.
All right, settle down. We're not the only ones they want.
Yeah, but they want us the most. I'm so hungry.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
Well, you're so smart.
Okay. Follow me.
some?
Me?
I've been waiting for you behind this bush. You look my type.
Yeah?
Come on, don't muck around. You like what you see? It's all waiting for you. Come on, give us that.
You were good, Doreen, real good.
Get some.
Hotels are all booked, sorry.
But there's rats and it stinks. What's that noise?
10 minutes and you won't even notice.
Can't we go somewhere else? Maybe it's got ghosts or something. Anyway, I don't like it.
Look, Doreen, either shut up or shove off. I've had a belly full of you.
All right. I'm going. Might as well turn myself in.
Ta-da.
But I can't get out of here on my own. It's too dark. You'll have to take me.
No.
Well, I'll go in the morning then.
Suit yourself.
Soon as it's light, you'll see.
Yeah, sure.
Miss Bennett,
What?
can you tell me how long this extra security will go on?
Not long enough.
You see, I usually water my garden.
It's the prison garden.
Of course it is, of course. But the
I
plants.
couldn't care less.
But I'm responsible for it.
Responsible? Responsible? You were out there today, weren't you? You saw the whole thing. You must have stood there twiddling your thumbs while they went over the wire.
No. I was out there, I won't deny it, but I saw nothing.
You don't fool me with your garden and your little cups of tea. You were in on it. An accessory.
You've no proof of that.
You saw them as plain as day. You must have. And you did nothing about it. Well, you'll see the governor in the morning. Think about it.
It's going to be different tomorrow, Frankie.
Sure, I'll think of something.
I know you will.
Yeah. Maybe we could eat one of them rats for breakfast.
Oh, geez, are you some kind of pervert or something? Don't be depressed, Frankie.
I'm not bloody depressed.
You were pretty sweet on that Karen Travers, weren't you?
Bloody little snob. Talking down to me. Doing me favours.
Yeah. She wasn't your type. You want to stick to your own sort.
Do I?
Yeah.
Only got one left. You want half?
Oh, yeah, thanks. You know, this place reminds me of when I was a kid. Don't know why. Maybe it's the smell. You know, my dad worked at a racecourse, cleaning out the stables and stuff. He was a weird bloke. Real gentle with horses. But with me, jeez. You know, you couldn't open your mouth round our place. One word and he'd clout you. He'd go right off. You should have seen him, Frankie. His eyes would stick out. He'd breathe all funny through his mouth. Anyway, when he got like that, I'd run and go into the racecourse and hide under the grandstand. And I'd wait there. Frightened sick.
And then he'd come looking for you, hey?
No. No, he never came. God, I was just waiting for him. But he never came. Suppose he had it tough, bringing up a girl on his own. See Mum Piff's dog friend when I was little. She wasn't like him, though. She was a real lady. Always smelled good. I remember that real clear. Of course, didn't lay a finger on her. She had this real soft voice. She used to say to him, "If you hit that girl again, John, you'll be very, very sorry." And she'd go out, and he'd hit me anyway.
The Prime Minister, with one of the largest entourages on record, will return to Australia on Friday. This is his second overseas tour this year. Police predict a swift recapture of the two women who escaped from the Wentworth detention centre this afternoon. The women climbed a fence in the prison garden during a disturbance. Embarrassed prison authorities say they have no idea where the women might be heading. Police describe the women, Frida Joan Doyle and Doreen Anderson, as violent and dangerous and warn that they may be... Anderson for breaking and entering. Opposition backbenchers have already demanded an inquiry into the escape and security measures at the prison. In sport, Fitzroy selectors say there may be some changes in this week's lineup.
Well, they've gone. Something wrong?
No, everything's terrific. It's just, I was looking for some music on the radio and I heard the news. Just made me feel a bit funny, that's all.
The news? We don't want the news. Well, not tonight. As long as I'm with you, lovey, that's all the news I want.
No, Dad, let me tell you.
Please. I don't want to know.
Go on.
All right, go on, you're busting to tell me.
Well, what they say was that...
That World War III started. No, somebody's giving away money? No, it had to be something big. Jesus is coming back.
Oh, Doug.
All right, I give up.
Well, two of the girls I was in prison with escaped this afternoon.
Well, good on them. How'd they manage that?
No, one of them, Frankie, she was terrible, Doug. Makes me scared just thinking of her.
Well, no one's making you. Think about me instead, I mean, I am your legal husband, wife. Feels weird, I'll tell you. But I like it. Yeah, I really like it. And here we are in our little honeymoon cottage. You should have heard Sue's putting the screws on Bern today. Oh, Bern, let them have the house just for one night, their own little home. Real romantic. And we'll go down to that big flash motel. It'll be such a treat for Linny.
Well, I'm glad she did it. She was right. We're really alone for the first time ever. No waiters, no people staring at us. Just you and me.
No mum and dad, no screws. I love you, Linny.
I love you too. Oh, we're going to be happy, aren't we?
Just watch us.
We're married now?
Yep, sure are.
Do you want to go to bed?
Yeah.
Will you carry me?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't reach.
You're not that heavy.
Oh, no, they're not.
Well, you're sort of, you're not that long, but just not.
What are you doing?
Well, what do you reckon?
All those wires and things. You must be that clever.
Oh, I get by. Hey, listen, I've changed a few things around here. How'd you like me to show you how to blow this one?
Eddie, I'm getting out of here soon.
Oh, yeah. Must have slipped my mind.
You'd like me to stay in here, wouldn't you?
Keep you out of mischief.
Don't be mean.
No, no. Of course I want you out.
Sure?
Sure, I'm sure.
Give me a kiss then. Oh, Eddie, I miss you at nights.
Yeah?
You miss me too?
Oh, a bit.
Bee's been talking to me about the future.
Yeah, she goes on a bit, the old bee, don't she?
She thinks we ought to get married this time. What do you reckon?
Well, I wasn't the one that said no last time, was I? I mean, you're the one that's been holding us back.
Well, I didn't know what I'd be getting myself into.
Yeah, well, I've had a few ideas about the future. Thought about starting something on my own, for instance. Just something small, you know. Dunno.
Do you think you could?
Well, why not? Of course, I'd have to have someone to help me, you know. Someone to take the orders, answer the phone, do the books, that sort
That
of
could be me. I could do that.
Well, are you up on that sort of thing?
I could learn. I'm not that dumb.
No, of course you're not. But, I mean, would you want to? Be hard work.
Better than cleaning floors. Anyway, as long as I'm with you.
Yeah. Just think of it, eh? The two of us. Little business ticking away.
Yeah, and I'd be good this time. Promise I would.
Yeah. And I'd do my bit as well.
Stop that at once!
Oh, I reckon we got a bit carried away, Miss Bennett.
You're disgusting, the pair of you. There's enough filth in this prison without you two carrying on in the corridors.
Sorry.
That's easy to say. I'm reporting the pair of you. This secret romance has gone on far enough. You'll be replaced, Cook. Get back to work.
Oh, fair go.
You'll get a chance to ply your trade again soon enough. What are you doing in here?
I don't feel quite myself this morning.
You're just in a tiz about your precious little garden.
I've taken care of that.
Oh, good.
Am I to see Mrs. Davidson this morning?
You certainly are. Be outside her office in 10 minutes. You know the way.
Meanwhile, a Vermont youth, Grant Mitchell, 16, reported to police last night that he encountered what could have been the two escapees. They threatened him with violence, Mitchell said, before stealing a package of fish and chips. Police continue...
You still checking up on your mates, eh?
Oh, no. I'm just a bit interested, that's all.
Yeah, well, I'm not. That's all past history now. Oh, you know, good luck to them and all, but there's nothing we can do about it. Hey, breakfast!
Oh, Doug, you've spoilt my surprise.
Well, you gave me enough surprises last night.
Doug.
You're beautiful, Lenny.
Stop it.
Why? It's no one here but us. We can say and do what we like. Now, why don't we go back to bed?
Wait till I finish getting breakfast.
Well, breakfast can wait.
Oh, Doug, I'm so happy. I want to tell everybody.
Oh, you skite.
Obviously, I must ask you why you did not raise the alarm.
Yes.
Why?
As I've already explained to Miss Bennett, I really didn't see anything.
You'd have to be blind.
Possibly I had my back to the fence at the time.
Then you deny all knowledge of the escape?
Yes, Mrs. Davidson.
You realize that you are trusted here?
Oh, yes. But I am just one of the prisoners in the end.
You may go.
Thank you.
Is that all? She was there. She must have seen them.
All right, supposing she did. Vera, no doubt every girl in the place knew about this escape and went along with it. They have their ethics, too.
Honour among thieves and that sort of thing. You can still surprise me, Mrs. Davidson.
Really?
Why don't we single out the ones we've definitely got something on and make examples of them? Otherwise, this...
What would you suggest?
Well, I don't think I need tell you what legal, perfectly legal, disciplinary measures are at our disposal. I'd begin with a 7 o'clock curfew, withdrawal of all privileges...
And within 2 days, we'd have a situation here, Miss Bennett, that even you would not relish. You know how understaffed we are. It is only because of the tacit cooperation of the majority of prisoners that we function at all.
And how do you think we get that cooperation? By patting them on the head?
Certainly not by breaking heads. You had a great deal to say yesterday, and I let you say it. Only because I do not wish to humiliate an officer in front of her colleagues. But I will speak my mind now, Miss Bennett, and you will listen very carefully. I am well aware that you exceed your authority in some areas, and that your overall attitude to the women is quite at odds with the way in which I will have this prison run.
You don't know these women. You can't. You come here with your university degrees over officers with years of experience in the prison service.
Such as yourself.
And others. You have a lot of fine theories. Oh, yes. These women can roam around unescorted, sit around gossiping. Look at Mason and that electrician. Everybody knows about them, copulating in corners while we all look the other way.
I have that situation in hand and I'm dealing with it.
What are you going to do about it? Provide them with a double bed?
Don't be impertinent. Let me remind you that I am in charge here and you are not. Now return to your duties.
Yes, madam.
Well, it seems a fair report of the escape. Everything's here as far as we know. There are no names. No one seems to be responsible.
What's going to happen to Frankie and Doreen? They're neither of them very bright. What we university-trained theorists call disadvantaged. They'll be caught, brought back here, and given longer sentences. Even in their wildest dreams, they must have known that. They were sent here for 3 reasons. To be punished, to protect the public, and to be rehabilitated. The last is obviously a joke. Tell me, Meg, do you think I'm an idealistic theorizer?
It's a difficult job. I mean, you can hardly win with these women. I mean, you try to be fair and give them the benefit of the doubt and they call you soft, or you're as hard as nails and you're a mean bitch. I don't know.
I'm not seeking your approval, Meg.
I know.
Hi.
Look, I could have done that.
Oh, it wasn't far. Besides, you look so sweet when you're sleeping.
Reckon?
Uh-huh. Oh, you're looking for a job.
Yeah, I thought I'd see what was offering. Bloody waste of time. Every ad's the same. Experienced applicants only, qualifications necessary. And how's a bloke supposed to get a start?
Oh, something will turn up.
Don't see how.
Look, I bought some beaut things for our picnic.
Look, we're going to have to call that off.
Doug, why?
I've got to go out. We'll eat when I get back.
Where are you going?
Just out. I won't be long, only an hour or 2. Bernie's going to introduce me to this bloke about a job.
Oh, what sort of a job?
Oh, in a factory. Well, you never know. There might be something in it. What do you reckon, eh? On the assembly line today, managing director tomorrow. Well, I've got to do the right thing now that I'm an old married man.
And make sure you remember that.
I do.
Listen, I think I'll call Meg Jackson and tell her about us getting married.
Who's she?
Oh, Doug, I told you, one of the warders at the prison. She tried to help me. Oh, she was really good to me.
Look, I don't know, Lynn. I don't trust people like Screws and people like that.
Oh, come on, it can't do any harm.
All right, but don't go inviting her around for tea or anything like that. And don't tell her where you are. Be sticking her beak in before you can turn around.
Oh.
Look, they make me nervous, all right? Now, I'll see you later.
The new regional officer starts tomorrow. Her name's Jean Vernon. I'm told she's very enthusiastic. Governor's office.
Oh, it's Lynn Warner, Mrs. Davidson.
Oh, good morning, Lynn.
Could I please speak to Mrs. Jackson?
Yes, she's here.
Thank you.
Lynette Warner.
Lynn, how are you?
Oh, I'm terrific, thanks, Miss Jackson. Just terrific.
Well, that's good to hear. Home with your mum and dad?
No, I had to leave them, but something wonderful's happened. I got married yesterday.
Married? Well, that was fast work.
Oh, no, I suppose it was a bit, but everything's fine. We didn't meet too long ago, but there didn't seem any reason to put it...
How does he feel about the baby?
Oh, that's all right. He understands.
Well, I wish you all the luck in the world, Lynn.
Thanks. I just wanted to tell you. Bye.
Was Lynn? She hung up.
She didn't waste any time.
No. She sounds deliriously happy. Oh, it was about time something good happened for her.
She deserves it, if anyone does. Where were we? Oh, yes, the regional officer. She's asked for room to work in the prison. I'm giving her Bill's old office.
Oh.
Meg, I had to put her somewhere.
No, it's all right. I know. Life goes on, etc., etc. I suppose you want me to get Bill's things out of there.
If you'd prefer someone else.
No, I'll do it. That reminds me, I want some leave. I'm hardly seeing Marty and, well, just at the moment, I thought perhaps he and I might go away somewhere.
Well, It's rather difficult right now, but I'll see what I can do.
Thanks.
All right, the woman escaped. She might have done that anyway. Why are you blaming yourself?
I'm sure it was because of what happened. Well, I'm not saying it was all my fault, but if I'd reacted differently...
How differently? Said, Frankie, I don't share your feelings, but here I am. I mean, altruism's one thing, but that's going a bit far.
She called me a tease. I knew how she felt about me, and I jumped as if I'd been stung when she touched me. You know, a lot of that goes on in here amongst the women.
Yes?
It's the only way many of them have of expressing affection or love. I'm not idealizing it, but...
What are you getting at?
I'm just saying that in some limited way I understand, that's all. I couldn't be like that. Maybe it's wrong. The church says so, but I understand.
Yes, all right. But you can't let this stop you from going ahead with what we discussed before.
Teaching some of the others?
Yes, exactly. I can okay it with Mrs. Davidson. She'd be more than happy to let you go ahead.
Yes, I'm sure she would.
It would make me happy, too.
Would it?
Yes, of course. I don't want to see you sitting around wasting your time and your talents. It's obvious.
You're right.
Good. Well, then let's start by seeing what the level of interest is.
I think you're in for a big disappointment.
Well, possibly, but we don't know till we try, do we?
You sound like a cricket coach.
Do I?
But I'll go along with it anyway.
Good.
Oh, Marilyn. Oh, sorry. I've been meaning to ask you something, all right?
Yeah?
Well, you know how you were teaching Frankie Doyle how to read? Are there other sorts of things you can show a person?
Depends what it is, I guess.
Well, there's this thing called bookkeeping, about money, I think.
You want me to teach you bookkeeping? Okay, fine.
Fantastic.
You thinking of going into business?
Well, maybe I am. I just don't want to be stupid all of my life. You must be a real good teacher.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you must be. Anyone who could teach Frankie Doyle must be good. Brave, too.
Not really.
Oh, come on. She's a bloody maniac. I just hope they don't catch her till I'm outside. Oh, sorry. You weren't a friend of hers, were you?
No, no, not really. I just got to know her a bit. When do you want to start?
Now?
Well, did you see Bernie?
Yeah, I saw him.
And? Oh, what's the matter?
Nothing.
Well, is there a job?
Yeah.
What sort?
Factory, like I said.
Oh, when could you start?
Well, it depends.
What on?
Oh, we got to get a few things sorted out. Look, Lynn, supposing I did get this job, now what good would it do, eh?
What good, Doug? I mean, we could start saving.
No, look,
and
I'll tell you what. I'd be slaving me guts out for a fat joker or other. Now, we haven't got a home, you've got a baby coming. All right, you're going to give the kid away, but there's still doctor's bills and paying off the car and worrying. What a life. I don't know, Lynn. I just reckon that we deserve better after what we've been through.
Maybe we do, but no one's going to do it for us. That's life.
Well, it doesn't have to be. There's other ways. They're not exactly legal, but they're a bloody sight easier.
Not again. What are you talking about?
Nothing. I was just thinking.
Now, this column here is for money coming in, okay?
Okay.
Now, let's suppose there's a business.
An electrical business, say?
If you like.
Called Cook's Electrical.
Okay. Now, let's suppose Eddie does a job and he sends a person a bill.
Ooh, risky. I always ask for cash on the nail.
Yes, well, that was probably best, but this is a bit different. Now, let's say the bill comes to $500.
$500? I could make that in a few days. Oh, sorry. I've got to stop thinking that way.
Now, out of the 500, we have to take expenses, so we'll use these two columns here. Now, what sort of expenses would Eddie have in the business?
A wire?
Wire?
What about the van?
Yeah, right.
Karen, do you think it's good for a girl to get mixed up in her husband's business?
Could bring them closer together.
Yeah, right.
Come in. You wanted to see Mr. Cook?
Yes. However, there's no need to detain you, Miss Bennett.
No. You have been spending an enormous amount of time in the prison lately, Mr. Cook.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to meet the bloke who put the wiring in here.
Oh?
Yeah, he must have been an apprentice or something. You're lucky you haven't had a fire. Well, you've got overlapping circuits, lousy insulation. It's all a bit of a risk.
But it's worked out rather well for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, a long contract never went astray.
Mr. Cook, you know that's not what I mean. You and Marilyn Mason have been rather stupidly indiscreet, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering how long we'd get away with that.
I don't think it hasn't been noticed. Reports reach me, and I can't ignore them. I sent for you because I wanted to tell you before I ring your employer. I'm cancelling the contract with Wilkins Electrical.
Oh, fair go. Listen, I haven't laid a finger on Marilyn this stretch. Honest, we've been fighting up to now. Look, we're dead serious, Mrs. Davidson. As soon as Marilyn gets out, we're getting married.
Don't you think that's rather risky after the last time?
Well, sure it is, but... Well, Marilyn needs someone to take her seriously. I'm nothing special, but I got me trade and I'm a fairly steady sort of a bloke. So I'm going to give it a go.
That's very commendable, but it doesn't change my mind. I'm cancelling the contract.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Well, I can't see it. Now, I will tell you what's stupid, and that is having a dead-end job getting paid bloody peanuts.
Look, you want to end up back in jail? Is that all you're good for? Is that what we got married
I
for?
keep telling you that we are not going back to jail, not this time. It's been checked and double-checked. Bernie reckons it's a
that fool. What would he know?
A bloody sight more than you would. Now, he reckons it's a pushover, and he's right. Lynn, this could set us up for life. No more worrying, money in our pockets, good times. Now, what is wrong with that?
Look, plenty. It's wrong. It's stealing.
Of course it's stealing. Just like they stole a piece of your life when they stuck you inside, and you hadn't done a bloody thing. Stealing. Those rich bastards steal every day of the week and they get away with it. Well, now it's our turn. Share the wealth around, I say.
Oh, now you sound like some communist.
I'm no bloody commie!
No. You're just a cheap crook.
Look, this is not a cheap job. It is a fat payroll for a whole factory. Now, Bernie's mate reckons it's worth 50 grand.
Well, there'll be guards and dogs and God knows what.
Well, we know it's not a bloody paper stand, but we know all about that. Look, all you have to do is drive.
What? Now you want me there as well?
We need you. Somebody has to drive the car.
What about the lovely Susie?
Well, where do you think we got the information? Now, look, the guy on the gate knows her. It has to be you.
No.
Jeez, can't you stand by a bloke once? I'm your husband.
Yeah, and I thought you'd changed.
All right, you won't do it. I'll get some mole off the street, someone who's not so fussy.
You would too.
Yeah, too right I would.
Mum? Oh, Mrs. Jackson. Oh, I wasn't asleep. Are you all right? I was watering the garden and I felt a bit giddy. It was nothing.
You should see the doctor.
I wouldn't want to trouble him. Aren't you supposed to be off duty?
Yes, but I thought you'd like to know. Lynn Warner rang me today.
Oh, yes. How's she getting on?
She's very well. She's married.
Oh, that seems a bit hasty. Someone from her hometown, I suppose.
She didn't say, but apparently she's not at home anymore. Well, we can only hope for the best.
Yes. She suffered a great deal in a short time. Thank you for telling me, Mrs. Jackson. She's a sweet-natured girl, but a good deal to learn, I'm afraid.
Yes, that's true. Well, see you tomorrow.
Look, Bernie, I've tried all that and she won't do it. What? Look, I'm not doing that, Bernie. Yeah, well, you do what you like with Suze. Can't we just get someone else? No. I've talked to her until I'm blue in the face. Look, it's a dead loss. Look, I'll drive myself, all right? We'll think of something. I'll see you in a minute. Well, I hope you're bloody satisfied. You've ruined the whole thing.
Call it off then.
No way. It's set for tonight and we're doing it. God, I already feel like a fool being pushed round by my wife.
I'm not pushing you around. You're still doing it, aren't you? I can't seem to stop you.
Oh, shut up. I've got to think. I'm going to have to do things different now that you're not with us.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're a sour little bitch, aren't you? Hoity-toity little angel. Well, we don't need you. We'll get by without you. Little Miss Purity.
Oh, Doug, look, please don't do it for my sake.
If for your bloody sake, I'm doing it. We'll have to find another diversion now. Have to slug that clown on the gate. You know I'll have a gun.
And what'll happen after you've done it?
We piss off. Dry like hell.
What about me?
Well, I don't know. We'll just wait till things settle down. I suppose I'll come and get you. How the hell am I supposed to know? Look, if you want to know the truth, you're the least of my worries at the moment.
What would I have to do?
I told you, it's simple. You drive up to the gate, you stall the car, you get out, you open the bonnet, and you take the distributor... Now, hang on. Are you doing this now?
Yes.
Lenny, it's my last job, I promise. Things will be fine. With you coming along, we can't miss.
Will that be him?
Yeah, that'll be him. Now, look, I'll tell you everything on the way, all right?
Doug?
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't matter. Let's go.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then.